COVID-19. I hope you all had a successful trading day. Monday was certainly not the most exciting of today's most exciting of trading days, and Tuesday kind of started out in the same vein. A lack of data releases gave the markets little to guide them. To begin the day, there was some mildly positive comments from RBA Governor Lowe, which saw Aussie spike up to a high of 68.05 from around the 67.75 area. And also we had the UK Supreme Court ruling that Boris Johnson's closing of Parliament was unlawful, which saw sterling rally from initially from 124.20 up to 124.90. Equity futures rallied on the news of Friday's cancellation of the Chinese trade delegation's visits to US farms was actually at the request of the US Treasury. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin confirmed it was purely a scheduling issue and will be rescheduled for a later date. That would be a little bit different from how the market took it on Friday, where they thought it was the Chinese walking away, and equities got sold off as a result. So thus the reversal, at least in the futures early in the day. That saw dollar yen climb up to 107.80, and Dow Jones futures indicate a higher opening of around about 100 points. On the crypto front, a soggy start to the week with the disappointment of the opening of the backed exchange and the lack of volume going through there continues, with BTC starting the day trading down to 9,600 and ETH to 194.5. And as you will see, that was just the tip of the iceberg. So as the US day gets going, equities open up higher, Dow Jones up about 120 points. However, weak consumer confidence data turns the market, with dollar yen falling from 107.70 to 107.40, and the Dow Jones cutting its gains to just 50 points. Sterling manages to touch 125, and euro dollar touches 110 as the dollar weakens on the back of that particular data. But as equities give up the gains to be flat in the day, sterling and euro both fall back. Euro back down towards 109.90, and sterling back towards 124.65. Crypto ETH continue to head lower, with Ethereum down to 191 in early trading in during the US, and Bitcoin down another $100 down to 9,500. The disappointing volume on the backed exchange is really the only real catalyst here. And if you look, it's interesting, if you look actually at some data post Facebook's announcement they wanted to have their own crypto coin, Libra. If you remember, they had a testimony on Capitol Hill. If you look at the volumes on the CME exchange, actually since then, over the last couple of months, they've gone down considerably. I think that has spooked the institutional crypto market, and they were hoping the launch of the backed exchange might give it a much-needed boost. Apparently, that was not the case. As the US afternoon begins, attention turns to Nancy Pelosi, the leader of the Democrats, who announces an impeachment inquiry for President Trump. Not particularly good news. Dow Jones sinks 200 points. Dollar yen drops down to 107.01. And we get euro up to 110.20. Cable up to 125, and gold up to 15.35, having traded earlier as low as 15.15. But that is nothing compared to what crypto is about to experience. Ethereum dives from 192 all the way down at 153, a 20% move in minutes, really. Bitcoin has a similar move from 9,400 down to just shy of the 8,000 level. Some remarkable moves, and I know you're going to ask me why, and I have to shrug my shoulders and say I wish I knew. Other than the continued disappointment of the back futures exchange launch, there's nothing else hitting the headlines or otherwise. I think the market had put way too much emphasis on the launch of this exchange, and it was somehow going to give crypto a huge boost, which who knows, over time it may, but it wasn't going to do it in the first 5 minutes. And we've just seen a market that has got loaded up, and a a lot of sell positions and long and wrong. So bit of a mess. For equities, the end of the day is fairly inevitable. We close just off the lows a little, but the Dow Jones down 142 points, and the Nasdaq down 118 points. But Euro closes near its highs at 110.20, Sterling 124.95, and dollar yen near the lows at 107.05. Bitcoin and Ethereum do manage some minor bounces, I guess, at the end of the day. Bitcoin closing at 8,500, and Ethereum at 165. Some really pretty incredible moves there, and given the magnitude of the moves, I turn on a technical piece today. I feel obliged to got to show some sort of crypto chart. It's Ethereum drops over 20%. I can't really show a euro chart when it's moved 0.2%. And Ethereum, probably out of the major coins, shows the sharp move here. I've got it up on a 2-hour chart. I'm just going to expand that out for those of you who can see it. You can really see. I mean, we dove off the edge of the cliff there. It was steep and it was nasty. So if you're caught on the wrong end of that, it was painful. The chart, it's a self-explanatory chart. The reason I really wanted to show the 2-hour chart is we do have support here. As you can see, the support we originally, the last low we had back in late August was 163.70, I think. As you can see, we blew through that down to a low, at least on this chart, around 152.70. For me, this 141 level here, this line here, really kind of signifies where the beginning of this year's crypto rally began, at least in terms of timing. So for Ethereum, it was 141 right at the very beginning of April, and that's kind of where Bitcoin began to get some momentum, and all the other coins too. So that's why I have that line there. That to me is sort of the line in the sand. That will represent a full retracement of the year's rally. And just looking at that, the high back in June of 363 seems an awful long way away from now, and quite remarkably, the high of 225 from last Thursday also seems a remarkably long way away from now. So going to be some interesting days for crypto ahead to see whether we can hold these levels or whether there are more losses to be suffered. We shall see. Anyway, I hope everyone had a good day trading, and look forward to speaking with you tomorrow. Cheers.